Hello everyone, this is StringerCon4 and welcome back to another Project Spark tutorial. Today I have a pretty cool and simple one for you. It is a drone follower that will follow you around as the name implies, and it will fight with you. So let's see what it looks like. So here he is, we have our player, and he has this drone that flies around, and if we move, he moves with us. Pretty neat. And if we approach enemies, he will lock onto them and shoot at them. He will continue to shoot at them after they are dead. But that is because Project Spark does not distinguish between living and dead enemies very easily. It's okay. Alright, let's look at the code. It is actually very simple. There are only a few lines. Let's look at the player first. Okay, so this is just a standard third-person adventure brain with one exception. Nested underneath the once as a child line, we have do global player equals me. Pretty simple. That's just so we can reference him in code. Goblins are completely the same. Go here. Get some goblin bruisers. Clone them. Still works just fine. As long as they are technically an enemy to the drone, he will target them and shoot at them. Let's look at the drone's code. Okay, so it does say out here that there is broken code, but it still works. I don't know why it says it's broken. It works fine. So once team equals team 1, so that's just so that we can determine that enemies can attack this guy, and he can attack enemies. So always, a couple of lines will be always running. So the position to move to, vector variable, which I don't know if you've noticed, but there aren't a lot of vector variables in my code tutorials because I don't use them very often. But here we do. So you just go to new vector variable like any other variable and call it what you want. I called it position to move to. So that equals in parentheses, so opening parentheses, global player position, so it'll start moving towards him, plus world up multiplied, open parentheses, world up multiplied by 1.5. That's about head height. Closing parentheses, so that's one segment, so plus world up times 2, so that's about head height, plus global player's right. So he'll stay about at the right of your head. That's about where he should be. And he will always move toward position to move to with flying, minimum distance 0. Minimum distance of 0 is just because when you use the move toward, he won't move completely towards it, so he'll be a little bit behind you. This is just to make him right beside you. Of course, if you had multiple drones, they'd all be moving towards the same point, so you could randomize it a little bit, like with a random generator. You could say if 1, then this, it'll move towards the right of your head. If number 2, then it could move towards the left, but I didn't do that here. It works best with just 1. Also, when enemies are objects closer than 20, after a countdown timer of 1 loop, he will shoot at it, not them. That will make him shoot at multiple, probably. Make it it. And he will also turn towards it, not them. It may not shoot at multiple, but if you did like for each of enemies, that changes things. Yeah, he doesn't do it because you can't shoot at multiple enemies, because that's weird. So let's change it back to how it's supposed to be. So as you can see, there were only 7 total lines of code, and if you play a lot around in Project Spark, you will probably use the player code in there that's changed for more than just that, just so you can reference your player. You don't have to, you can just reference him with the object in world picker, but I find the global variable much easier to work with. So that's the tutorial. If you found it informative, leave a like, and if you want to see more Project Spark tutorials like this one, be sure to subscribe. I got some more on the channel if you want to see them. I'll see you there. Goodbye.